Married men and single men hanging out, clubbing together, going out, partying. How do I feel about that? Well, big shout out to you, Marcus, on this video. And great message that you sent me. And I agree with everything you said in your comment. And you know what, bro? There's a lot of this going on right now. Because you got people that's not happily married. They can't stand each other. And then you got people that really are working it out and they getting along and they happy in their marriage. But the ones that ain't got to get away. So many people right now don't even want to go home. And you want me to speak as a single man. Do I hang out with married men? Nah. Can't do it, bro. Can't do it. You know what? I had to let go of a lot of stuff because if I didn't, I wouldn't have moved forward in the Lord and I would have kept doing what I was doing. Yes, I done been to clubs. I done tried playing in clubs and trying to be a minister of music. It don't work for me. And it never will. And I'm not going to sit there and say you can't serve two masters because I still do weddings and other gatherings. I don't look that whole thing about serving two masters. That stuff is just taught backwards, man. I can play a wedding song, or R&B song, and still serve the same God I serve with the gospel. I do the same thing. I don't serve two masters. I serve one God. People just don't understand that scripture because they want to put you in the hell with everything that you do. But not to jump off subject with that, I don't fool around going out to clubs and things. And I wouldn't dare be with no married men because a lot of married men I know that's going out, they doing a whole lot of dirt, bro. And you hear people all the time saying, well, a married man ain't got no business hanging with no single man. Well, I look at that in a lot of ways because I have a lot of married men come over here to my house and they ain't doing nothing wrong. But you got some women that just stalk their husband. They got to know where they at every 5 minutes. They hounding them like a hound dog. Because I don't know what's done went on in their lives, but when they over here, people come over all the time, man, pray for me. Tell me a good word. See, everybody going out ain't doing wrong, but there are a lot of people going out that is doing wrong. And they'll really get mixed in with the wrong crowd. Next thing you know, they done cheated on their wife or a woman done cheated on their husband. Single women deal with this all the time, hanging with married women. They all want to pack up and go to the club together. And the one that's married know damn well she ain't got no business being in there. Because you got men in these clubs grabbing women the wrong way. And all you got to do, I tell people, you think you way far from where you used to be. You ain't that far from where you used to be. You might think you are. Get around the wrong crowd. If you think I'm lying, you'll see how strong you really think you are. Because that flesh is always tempted. All you got to do is talk a little bit in this life. You ain't got to talk no more. Trouble just come up to you. You can stand still. A woman to throw themselves at you. Men, you can stand still. A woman to throw themselves at you. Man, nowadays, people ain't even got to know each other to sleep around. It's done got worse, and it's going to get worse and worse. That's why I don't hang out with married men going to clubs. First of all, I don't club. I'm done with that lifestyle. I've grown up. I done let a lot of stupid stuff in my life go, and I'm not knocking nobody at that club because everybody don't change at the same time. You do what, like P.P. Jones always say, what works for me don't work for the next man. The way God work on me ain't going to be the same way God work on the next man because my problem might not be your problem. But to cut down a lot of confusion, I don't hang out in clubs with married men. I don't hang out, period. You know what I do? I go to church. I have fun with family. I do a lot of positive things because the negative stuff I used to do won't do nothing but draw me back to what I used to do. So I try to occupy my mind. I love to read. Sometimes I go to the park and walk around the park by myself. I look at God's creation. I do things. There's a lot of things you can do to stop being negative. Because the only way to quit doing something is to try and get off and around it. Tell people in a minute, if you want to stop living that wrong life, well, you got to practice not living wrong. You can't keep going around the same crowd. You want to stop running women, then you need to quit going around them women in them clubs that's throwing themselves at you. Then you done got back in more trouble. Wisdom. Gotta say it again. My people, the Bible say, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. We will be destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Single man gotta be careful, especially when you call yourself a Christian, because you will get caught up quick. Caught up quick, very quick. Women also, you will get caught up quick. And it's almost like a lot of people do this nowadays. The single Christian, instead of trying to do everything that the unbeliever do, they want to look like God on Sunday, but then they want to act the fool on Monday. They want to get around the same crowd because they want to fit in. They don't want nobody to think them they square. Well, they square. They're a Christian. They don't do nothing wrong. See, the problem is we done made look like a Christians. We done made Christianity so boring now. Because if we drink a glass of wine, we going to hell. If we listen to an R&B song, a rap song, we going to hell. It's sad. Nothing boring about Jesus. And once, I'm going to tell people this again. Remember this, Jesus always hung with the sinners. Always. He was always fellowshipping with the sinners because he had to reach them. And I'm not telling everybody to just go out and try to hang with sinners and do this. No, because God places certain people. He chooses certain people to do certain things. Everybody ain't. You might not be as strong as me to do something, and I might not be as strong as you to do something. God uses who he chooses, like Papa JT was saying in his video. That's why we got to be careful who we hang around and watch our actions. Everybody in your life ain't for your good. I tell people all the time, we see this stuff all the time, especially down here. Some women are hanging around their home girl just to get to their man. Fellas, the same thing. Some of these men are hanging around their homeboy just to get to their woman, man. How many more times you got to see people getting killed behind somebody cheating? That's why I stick to myself, man. I can do without all the drama in my life. So me hanging out with married men going to clubs, that ain't for JT. No, sir. People ask me all the time to go to club with them. My thing is, why am I going to the club to look for a woman in the first place? That ain't my thing. No. And I'm not saying everybody in the club is bad, because I look at a club and a restaurant totally different. It's like me, I can go sit down at a restaurant and listen to some nice jazz music and sit down and eat. Have me a glass of wine or two or whatever. But it's a difference than a restaurant. And you go into these clubs where the young people, man, young and old, and her just doing whatever, man. People just going to the club to see how many people they can holler at and how many people they can take home. See, it ain't for me. I can't even stand being in the club no more, man. That's how I know I'm getting older. I can't even stand loud music that much no more. I'll be ready to go somewhere after about an hour or two if the music is bumping, and especially a lot of rap music. I can't stand a lot of rap music nowadays, and I don't have nothing against rap. But this stuff that's out now, man, the music field just done changed completely. So we gotta watch what we do and watch who we hang around. Some places you used to go, you can't go no more. Certain people you used to hang around, you can't hang around them no more, because they will drag you into doing dirt right along with them. Man, a married man need to be home. But that's why it's so important for a marriage to be in order, the way God wanted it to be, because you can make each other happy. Thing is, so many folks done forgot how to be happy with each other. Some people want to go out and cheat. Some people right now don't even sleep in the same room no more. I can't stand him. He can't stand me. We ain't spoken a whole week. But hey, I'm just going to stay together because we've been together. I don't care about my happiness. See, I always tell people you can do bad by yourself. Watch who you hang around. Single men, be careful, especially single Christian man, because a lot of unbelievers don't want to hear this video, no way. But to the Christian man, if you are really a true Christian, watch yourself, because it's easy to get caught up. So I told y'all why I'm like I am. I went through some hell in my life that almost had me locked up for years. I'm real cautious with women. I am very cautious. I'm cautious on who I hang around, and I'm cautious on who knocking on my front door, because I don't trust everybody. Bible told me, let man be a liar. I don't trust everybody, and I hope everybody don't trust me. Somebody catch that later on. God bless.